So you don't think there's an opportunity to land one big shot?
He might let you hit him a couple times to make the show look good.
Oh my God.
Floyd Mayweather might be an undefeated boxing champion in the ring, but he still has a lot of fear for his fight against Logan Paul on the 20th of February. Here are 10 reasons why Floyd Mayweather is scared to fight Logan Paul. Number 10. Mayweather doesn't have much to gain.
But what I want to say, as far as the pioneer for getting crazy money for exhibitions.
Look, we all know that Mayweather is an undefeated champion who has sparred against many great fighters in the ring. So what does he really have to gain by fighting a YouTuber who chases clout and gets into drama constantly? My guess is that he doesn't really have much to gain at all. Fighting Logan Paul isn't an achievement because he's not a seasoned boxer or even a man of morals. He's just a regular YouTuber who's super bulky and thinks he can take on the world. So Mayweather won't be gaining a lot of respect in the boxing community if he wins this fight either. However, losing the fight might get him into trouble and will definitely make him the butt of all jokes this year. This could also be one of the main reasons why Mayweather is a little nervous about this fight. It really isn't adding anything positive or substantial to his life. Number 9, the war of words.
But now, I feel like maybe you haven't signed it because you don't know how to spell your name.
Logan Paul has never stepped into a boxing ring for an official match in his life. I mean, he is getting trained by some of the best trainers out there, but let's be real. Paul can't really call himself a good boxer at this point in his career. In fact, he can barely call himself a boxer at all. So then why is Mayweather afraid of a little face-off against Paul? Well, one of the main reasons could be the social media pressure, and the recent tweets he's been posting against Mayweather have contained snide remarks and memes that have made fun of the boxing champion. For example, he posted a picture of him towering over Mayweather on Twitter and made fun of how small the boxer was. Now, this isn't too great for Mayweather's publicity since a guy much younger than him, who has also publicly challenged him, is getting away with publicly teasing him like this. Number 8, Floyd's intentions.
That's the most expensive belt in the world.
Right here?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of people have been straight up questioning Mayweather's intentions since he agreed to the boxing match against Logan Paul. I mean, we all know why Paul's doing it, he just wants the attention. But why would a respected, seasoned fighter like Mayweather bring himself down to that? It's a little fishy, right? Well, I think so too. Since he chose to retire in 2015, Mayweather hasn't been getting a lot of attention from the media. It's like everybody forgot about him. Maybe Mayweather wasn't too happy about it. Maybe he wants to make a grand comeback in the boxing industry. But defeating a newbie like Paul probably won't get him a lot of respect amongst other boxers in the industry. The people around the world might be impressed by Mayweather if he wins, but real boxers who know how to fight won't be fazed at all. On the other hand, if Mayweather loses, it's really over for him. Number 7, Mayweather hasn't boxed in a while.
What's the worst that could happen?
If you follow the boxing world, you have probably heard of Mayweather and his knack for boxing. He might be a small fighter, but he's quick on his feet and is perfectly capable of delivering some strong punches. This is one of the reasons why he remained majorly undefeated during his career. Mayweather has fought professionally since 1996, and his last fight against Andre Berto in 2015. He won the fight, but retired soon after. Now fans are wondering if he still got it in him to defeat a young, trained, and bulky man like Paul. And if he isn't able to defeat Paul in the ring, he might not get to restart his career again. This obviously is a lot of pressure for the 43-year-old who's just looking to do what he loves and kickstart his career. Number 6, Logan's physical traits.
Way to go. Way to go.
Logan Paul might do a lot of dumb things online, but he really does know how to take care of himself. There have been reports that since the fight between him and Mayweather have been confirmed, Paul has been putting in extra hours into his personal health and fitness. He goes to the gym regularly and has even hired private instructors and trainers to help him train for the fight. One of the reasons Mayweather is scared to face Paul in the ring is because Paul is younger and obviously healthier than the former boxing champion. Mayweather, who is currently 43 years old and has been out of boxing for quite a bit of time. Now, this has helped him gain some experience, but it's also worn his body out. But that is not the case with Paul. Also, Paul is much taller than Mayweather and also weighs a lot more. He is 1.88 meters tall and weighs more than 82 kilograms. This means he's taller, broader, and heavier than Mayweather, which obviously gives him a huge advantage over the former boxing champion. Number 5, what if he loses?
You're not allowed to bet against yourself, I would assume.
I'm never going to bet against myself. Never.
Mayweather could be a little nervous about this fight because of its possible consequences. If Mayweather loses the fight, he will quite literally become the laughingstock amongst all of his fellow professional boxers. Imagine losing to a young man like Logan Paul when you've been boxing since 1996. The worst part is, the odds might be in Paul's favor since he's young, healthy, and extremely famous on social media. Number 4, the vicious fans.
You probably think you know me.
What's good, Logan?
After all, I've pretty much lived my whole life on camera.
Paul is known for advertising all the tiny details about his life online, and his loyal fans drink up all those details immediately. A lot of gossip channels and online pages often report his content, and hundreds of people around the world talk about it. Sometimes it even comes on the news. Believe it or not, Paul's words actually have a lot of influence over netizens, and if he directs them to go against Mayweather, they would gladly rip the boxer apart. This is why Mayweather's a little scared of the consequences of his fight with Paul. Number 3, Logan's training.
My hands are really quick. And so if we're practicing in 18-ounce gloves and I'm looking fast then.
Anyone who sees how hard Logan Paul has been training to prepare for his fight might actually think that he has a chance to win against the former boxing champion. Paul rarely ever takes anything in his life seriously, but it does look like he really cares about this match. He has also gone on record to thank his fans for the support and also routinely gives people updates about his training and the work that he's been doing. He also posts a ton of pictures and videos on social media related to his workouts and his boxing journey. If I was Mayweather, I'd be a little nervous. Number 2, public dislike against Mayweather.
No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym.
Mayweather might be a great boxer with an amazing legacy, but he's known for being a little shady himself in the boxing world. In fact, true boxing fans have a whole lot of reservations against the boxing star. One of the main reasons why is Mayweather's fight against Mosley and De La Hoya. Some say that Mayweather chose to fight these boxers at strategic times. He chose to fight Mosley when Mosley was 39 years old and also fought De La Hoya when he was past his prime. People say he chose those times so that he could have an easy victory. Fans have also expressed their disappointment because Mayweather clearly made a fight with an opponent that had the lucrative payout and the big name, but no reward for the fans. Another example is Mayweather's fight against Juan Manuel. This one was a real shocker. Mayweather came out of retirement to fight someone who had never fought at welterweight. And Mayweather also weighed 146 pounds at the time when he promised he would go down to 144. This helped him dominate the other fighter easily. Fans saw through the whole thing immediately, and Mayweather was branded an opportunist by many people. People have also speculated that one of the reasons he agreed to fight Logan Paul was because he thinks he can overpower the young, inexperienced fighter easily. Number 1, Logan is a social media king.
What you got, bro? That's Gucci tissue paper. Back off, Kong.
I'm sure you've all heard of Logan Paul. Besides being a token white dude, he is also one of the most famous people in the world. Paul started off his career with Vines when they used to be popular. After this, he transitioned into vlogs and funny YouTube videos. Paul currently has more than 56 million followers on various social media platforms. This makes him one of the most famous social media influencers in the world. In fact, in 2019, he was named the 3rd largest social media influencer in the world, and he also has an extremely loyal fan following. This might turn out to be extremely helpful for him in his match against boxing champion Floyd Mayweather, which is all set to happen on February 20th. Even if he loses the match against Mayweather, Paul doesn't really have much to lose. He has his social media career ahead of him and will definitely get a lot of opportunities to redeem himself in the future. But we can probably not say the same about Mayweather. The formerly retired boxing champion is much older than Paul and has not fought in the ring officially for quite some time now. Now you might not believe it, but his last match was just a couple years ago with Conor McGregor. If Mayweather loses this match, he might not be stepping into the ring again for a long time. This is one of the major reasons why he's scared of this face-off against Paul. So what do you think? Do you think Paul is going to win this fight? Will you be watching the match? Which fighter are you going to be rooting for? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time on the channel.